Hi, Leo. Welcome into a brief next 48-hour tarot reading for you. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing. As we proceed with the reading, do keep in mind this is general, and if I could even say it, this is general, and it's meant to pertain to the following 48-hour period, beginning around when you were guided or drawn to this video, not just following when I post it. But yeah, I haven't done these 48-hour readings in a hot second since the switch up on my channel. So I figured and was drawn to just do this for you. But we're going to begin to pull from this Whisper deck. I don't remember the full name. Whispers of My Soul? No, that's wrong. Anyways, let's do some shuffling. I'm hearing don't guess. Don't guess. All right. Obviously, stemming from what I just said incorrectly. But there's going to be one, if not multiple scenarios, occurrences where guessing is going to lead to a mistake or just a slip up or a recovery is what I'm hearing. For Leo for the next 48. We have Nourish and Divine Animals. All right, so this came up in a recent, I want to say weekly or daily read. But Divine Animals talking about how, okay, your spirit animal is going to come into play, if not multiple. I'm hearing being watched over by a passed over loved one, and for a lot drawn to the reading, like myself, a passed over pet. All right. And so I do feel like this will comfort you knowing this, or just, being reminded of this for a lot. Now, I feel like naturally this card's coming out as well because we have a big lion on here, right? With a huge, they're saying golden heart, but it's actually a diamond heart, right? And I just feel like your big Leo loyal heart and caring nature is coming into play in the next 48, but also your bold way of being, right? And your gentle touch for some. I feel like there's a vibration about your energy in the next 2 days that's so likable that it's going to help you draw in a lot, okay? Answers, compliments, attention. But this might as well leave you with attention and comments from people that you don't necessarily want to associate yourself with or aren't your type of energy, or just unnecessary commentary, advice, instructions, however it comes through for you. But Spirit's saying let the good outweigh the negative or the unwanted, because there's a lot of, again, if you look at this sort of vibration energy, there's a lot of people in positivities, I want to say, if I could even get that out, positivities, benefits stemming towards you. There's a sense of luck being on your side, at least for the most part in the next 2 days, in surrounding it. But your caring nature, your emotional side, I don't want to say you're going to feel emotional, but you being in touch with that side of yourself, I want to say your feminine side for a lot, that's also vibrating and feeling very much, they're saying accentuated in the next 48. A lot from that card. There will be a moment or two, if not chunk or two of the next 48 where you're just not feeling smiley. Now, this could be due to the energy in a situation. It could be due to who or what you're wrapped up with naturally, what you were just thinking about, or what was just being told to you. But I sense that there are smiley moments, but they're wanting me to point out that it's not the end of the world if something rubs you the wrong way. I feel like you also need to remember what's temporary. All right. Is it a job that you're not loving 24/7 that has its bad aspects to it? Is it a relationship? Is it where you're living? You name it. Nourish. So we can just move on. I just feel as if the next 48 reminds you to take care of yourself. When you have the space and the time to do so, what are we needing to do self-care wise? Nourishing the body, the body, the heart, the soul. There's a feeling that at times you're a bit tired or just a bit out of it to the point where you slip up, whether it's the words that you're trying to express, speak. It could be more in regards to your movements. A little bit of a trip and a stumble is what I just heard. So be it. That happens to me when I'm tired, especially after I work a long day or week. But I just feel as if your world, your Leo world, is taking a highlight in the next 48, and you could be thinking about completion, whether this is past and or future. But they're saying as well, don't be surprised when your physical habits come into play and take a highlight, but your habits in general. And they're also highlighting the fact that or advising you not to overdo it with caffeine. Okay. There's a sense of you potentially leaving yourself in a situation or being in a situation where you would overreact if you had too much caffeine in your system, or things might affect you in a very in a shaky, or just they might be a bit abrupt, right? Reminds me of my job that I have outside of this, where if I over caffeinate, I need to obviously caffeinate to an extent being so busy, but if I over caffeinate, I'm going to things will escalate in my mind, and I'll end up running around too much, where I pace myself when I'm less caffeinated. Apply it as you may for your situation. But going back to the heart aspect of the Divine Animals card, sensitivity at the bottom of the deck. Beautiful. Another glowing card here. There might be a gift for you. I'm hearing for me it's an extra table at my serving job. But let's pull some tarot to continue for my lovely Leos for the next 48. When you're slow and steady, you're on point. Keep that in mind. Don't be afraid okay? Don't hold oneself back from reading it again, right? Asking twice or three times to make sure you got something right. Don't hesitate to make sure you're producing accurately and doing things the right way. The Four of Cups. The next 2 days is very much showing you evidence to remind you and or to prove to you who and what's not meant for you in the long run or in general. It's this feeling of you maybe associating yourself or observing, experiencing, say, for example, one person or a couple people at work, in your life in general. Could be at home, and Spirit saying, they're just not your cup of tea. You might have once thought they were, or at least to an extent, but there's just, and that might tie into a little bit of judgment on your end, but I do feel as if there are other judgmental people that you're crossing paths with. I sense that this also is reminding you if something is truly imperfect, and even if it's beneficial, because I guarantee it is to an extent, even if it's hard to remember that, it is temporary. Something's not meant to be long lasting, or at least as long as you're feeling in that moment, or in the next 48 in general. Trees coming into play, observing trees, whatever kind they end up being for you, that doesn't have to be in person, nature. It could be, say, online or an advertisement. Could be in more than one way. But what does the tree tell us? A tree in general. Spiritually, the meaning talks about spiritual replenishment, and I feel that is part of the nourishing in the next 2 days, the self-care. 9 of Pentacles, and they're saying that will just come to be naturally, and you'll be guided for that. But the 9 of Pentacles talking about your independent way of being, your uniqueness, the way you do something, not needing guidance per se. I feel like you will be listening. There's a sense of you either being advised to or just naturally keeping an open ear. But they literally just showed what looked like a sound wave going from one ear and straight out the other. It's just this feeling of you being reminded as well when you don't have something nice to say, or your intuition is screaming at you to stay silent. Say somebody's saying something to you, you're experiencing something. Let's just use good judgment, and I'm hearing restraint. Just discipline yourself and step away if need be, if you can. But staring is going to be better than saying something you'll regret, or just will escalate anyways, or cause something else negative to happen, or something negative in general. But I just feel as if there's a sense of you doing what you need to do to get closer to a goal, doing what you need to do in general, a responsibility, a maturity about your energy. I'm also getting a very grounded vibe about you as well with the Nine of Pentacles. And you're showing people how to do things without actually saying it, or even informing, instructing. It's your actions. You're just you're doing, right, accomplishing in the next 48, and it's showing people you don't have to be frantic. You don't have to be, anxious or super intense to get the job done. Everyone has their moments, even a grounded Leo, but I do feel like all the meanwhile, it's the sense of you staying peaceful, at least for the most part. And when you're not, you might be empathic. That could be why. Could be because you're just managing a lot. But either way, you're more grounded than the majority, if not all, of the people that you're wrapped up with or surrounded by. And even I want to say thinking about. You're also saying be careful who you think about, because that could manifest back into your situation. It could be more so they will end up messaging you, or you pick up on their energy, even if you are still tied to them or wrapped up with them. But the King of Swords, because this next 2-day period is showing you how much you know intuitively, spiritually, when it comes to experience, when it comes to what you quickly pick up on. You might just do something or answer somebody, I want to say, or even just say something, and it's like, oh, okay, I didn't know I knew that. Just pulling it out of left field. Again, don't guess, but there's a sense of you just knowing something at one specific point in the next 2 days, and that's impressing you. You're impressing yourself. I feel as if people are impressed by you even if they don't choose to express it, even if they're a little bit jealous or they envy you in one, if not multiple ways. They do find you to be impressive. And I'm hearing you fit in, even if you don't feel like it 24/7. But the question is, in certain scenarios or a situation, do you really want to fit in? Do you, at least fully? It's okay to partially fit in with the situation, or even be on the outside. I do feel as if there are better situations for you, more fitting and aligned with you on the horizon. So keep that in mind. Look at that, the Empress. Again, your caring nature, but new situations. The fruits of your labor is what I'm hearing. But look at this. Change is on your mind. Change might be coming to be in an existing continuing situation, or it could be something you are beginning. But all the meanwhile, you are being noticed. Somebody's noticing you for how much you're changing in regards to how you're managing something, but it could be in regards to your looks. Even if you don't feel like you're changing at all or in general, people think so. Okay. 1 or 2 more before we wrap this up. The 10 of Cups and the Strength card, which is our energy. All right. So Spirit's reminding you all the meanwhile to maintain or regain your strength in the next 48 when need be, in different ways, because there's on the horizon in your vision this 10 of Cups situation, a reminder that your happiness matters. All right. That's why certain situations couldn't continue and had to come to an end. And again, if there's a situation that's temporary, if not multiple, that will come to an end to make way, make room for something happier, brighter, more ideal for you. All right. More dreamlike. But I just feel like the next 48 also reminds you your angelic energy is liked, admired, appreciated, and needed all the meanwhile. And the possibilities are truly endless. Beautiful. So I hope this is truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your next 48. And I'll definitely see you next time.